to another Saturday night, and I wasn't for sure I was going to be able to have it on this Saturday, so I'm glad that I'm here with you folks. It's actually my old lady's birthday today, 4-9. So that was kind of why I was questioning whether I'd be here or not, but we, well, she decided that she didn't want to go anywhere today, so here we are. Let me flip the camera around because obviously it takes a minute for everybody to collect up in here. Miss Marilyn, I'm going to go straight to live chat. And I had plans to do a live stream Wednesday. So here's what happened. One of the cats decided he was going to split my lip wide open. It doesn't look too bad now, but when he done it, like, it split all the way from the top all the way down into, like, it was down into my mouth. Split wide open just instantly, like it was a balloon or something, like under pressure. Your lip skin, I guess, is a lot different. I mean, obviously. But I tried gluing it back together, and I could not get it to stop bleeding. So I had to leave my mouth closed for a very long time, like 2 days, before it actually would start to grow back together. Uh, because, like I said, I tried gluing it back together with the new skin stuff, and it just didn't work. So that's what happened. I also got a big old cut underneath my beard right here too. I had just blood leaking out of my beard. It looked pretty gnarly. I'm sure it wasn't as bad as it looked because it looked really bad, but my lip was actually it was split from top to bottom. Which, I mean, it's nothing major, but at the same time, it would not close up. Garfield is the one that done it to me. He's the one that showed up, like, probably about 3 months before I left to start filming Eating History. And the day that I was actually, well, the day before that I was actually getting ready to take off first flight to go and actually start filming, I caught him for the first time ever that night, and he had whoever had him had let a collar eat into his neck, like it was sunken in, skin growing around. It was awful. So I caught him, brought him in, cut that out of him with a pair of scissors, and well, ever since then, he has slowly came around to me. So now he's pretty tame, but I let him in on occasion. He's an outside cat, but he doesn't even really like to be in most of the time. But for some reason, he came in and got up on my bed, and I was kind of weirded out by it anyways. But I laid down on my bed with my arms underneath me like this, and he was, I don't know, 1.5 feet, 2 feet away from me, and I looked over at him, and I was going, "Hey, buddy, what's going on?" And he just reached over and smacked me once or twice, and I knew instantly something was wrong. So, anyway, that's my excuse, and that's what it is I couldn't have I couldn't have eaten anything because I couldn't open my mouth, but I could have talked, maybe, like, kind of. I was talking like this, so that my top lip didn't move too much. Anyways, there's some folks in here. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up or down. Either way, tonight, what we're going to be doing, Bourbon Street Joe was kind enough to send in one of the new examples of the Canadian IMP. It's the only one I have in my possession, and I'm going to do it here on a live stream. Typically, if I have something like this that's the only one I got, I'll save it for a review. Well, I ain't been getting to those videos for a long time now. I am actually getting serious about getting back into doing videos again. I'm not going to bore you guys with that, but my little sister's actually hopefully going to be the right fit for my new person of filming and editing. It would be good to get her involved, my little sister Kylie. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Oh, you said watch me on the TV. I was like, because they've been playing Eating History on occasion, I guess. I haven't caught it live, but I have seen that it has been playing, which is awesome. I love to see when they rerun it. I think that's a great thing. That's I mean, that's obviously good for a possible future in getting that show to come back, is gaining some popularity. We just got screwed, straight up got screwed by the the pandemic. Everybody got kind of screwed by that, and some worse than others. Um, but it couldn't have, it just fell at like almost, well, it was the exact worst time. I I came home 2 days before they shut New York City down, so I guess I could have been there 2 more days and then got trapped there. I probably would have got trapped there. I would have had to rent a car and drive home, or something. But I did come home with it also. So, so anyway, um, yeah. Streaming this on the TV, so I look awful because I'm not an attractive sight. And then you put me on a screen that's this big. Look out. So that's why I don't put myself on camera too awful much. um, I'm glad I'm finally like starting to feel like myself again. It's been see, I think I initially got sick this time February 2nd, so it was a solid 2 months. Um, but it's time to not look back at that anymore and just kind of keep moving on. And that's where I'm at right now. Also, so multiple announcements, but I'm going to start off first with one of our very established community members and well known in the community. Look, Easter's coming up. We got what, 8 days? Well, you got this whole week that you can make this happen. But right here, if you go to Miss Marilyn, this is Miss Marilyn's shop in St. Louis. It is called Ann and Allen, and she makes these amazing gooey butter cakes. So if you want to impress your family by having something kind of not normal around here, anyways, it probably is in some places, like probably maybe St. Louis, but not here. Now they did start selling something in the gas station, these little individual cut squares of gooey butter cake, of different flavors and stuff. I've actually never even tried. Actually, I did try one. I didn't like it. I tried one. But if you want to get something pretty cool to take to Easter dinner at your mom's house or your uncle's house or your grandma's house, hit Miss Marilyn up. It's annandallen.com, and you can get it. I don't know what the prices are and like what she's got going on, but she's got like 70 some flavors, I think it is. Maybe it's 50 some. 73, and that's probably changed by now if I'm not. It could be more, it could be less. You guys know how the supply chain thing is going and how weird the world has gotten, because this is pretty old pamphlet. I'd say this thing's 2 or 3 years old. I don't think there's a date on here anywhere, but it's pretty old. Anyway, so that's number one. Number two, Ration Museum live stream tomorrow. I don't have a link handy, but if Sean happens to pop up in the chat, or if he's already here, he can post a link to the live stream tomorrow for the Ration Museum. We need to support the Ration Museum all we can. I'd love to help Sean in some huge way. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I do plan on trying to make a trip there, making multiple videos out of the trip, and doing like a team up review, and maybe doing some on-site stuff, because there's some really cool locations that we could film that are historic, and we can tie rations right into that history, because rations, anywhere there's history, typically there's rations. Like, you can pretty much tie it to just about any time and place in history. So that's a hope, because there's also a lot of military museum type stuff. There's some ships and stuff like that near there, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So Ration Museum live stream tomorrow, probably 3 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. I need to let's see, hang on just 1 second. Okay. I was going to message Sean earlier and see if he would send me a link. I don't remember if I did or not. Uh, while I'm doing this on this, I will talk and not be looking. But foreignmre.com, Art actually told me today that they're actually out of MREs and cases of MREs and cases of First Strike rations. They're out of both. So that was like one of the better sources I could send you guys to in today's upcoming food shortage and all this like craziness going on. And what has happened is the prices have just gotten so ridiculous that anybody who's been in this game, like as long as we have, we look at these prices and we're like, that is not, we're not paying that. That is not worth it. We're not paying $250, $300 for a case of MREs. They're not worth it. Like, no way, no how. I'm going to guess, like, I did see a case of MREs for $259 on eBay, 2020s. So, not quite 2 years old, maybe 2 years old. Nope. No way. It's just no way. My youngest is up crying out. I'm going to have to run early. Have a good one, everybody. Well, B Temple. Guys, go subscribe to B Temple's channel. He's got to go take care of his kid. He's a school teacher. He does all the... He's busy. Right? He's got the little ones to deal with. I don't envy that much, but I do kind of miss it. I do kind of miss it. My kids are both officially adults now, so I don't have kids anymore. I have adults. That's weird to say. Okay. Let's see here. Took care of the foreignmre.com thing. Oh, they do have cases of Chilean rations. I mean, they're not I would say, well, definitely in today's time. And I'm pretty sure the ones that he had were vegetarian, because obviously with customs and stuff the way they were. Hey, psst, Brownie, no. Brownie. Come on. Go on. Okay. Can't remember where I was at. But yeah, I know foreignmre.com has some Chilean rations. That's what he told me. So those are available over there for them. And this is not like me promoting crap. Like, this is just me trying to help folks out. And I mean, if you end up getting a gooey butter cake from Miss Marilyn, from Ann and Allen, you won't regret it. I mean, I would put money on that. If I'll do this, anybody in the chat right now that orders from Miss Marilyn gets it, and you don't like it, I'll pay for it. I swear to God, I'll do that. I would do that 100%. I'll guarantee it, because they're awesome. They're absolutely awesome. $300 for US MRE case. Yeah. So it was, what I say, it was $259 or $269. I saw a case on eBay for $259 or $269 for a case of US MREs. Yeah. Yeah, it's people are freaking out over this food shortage thing. So I don't want to ramble on too long, because we're going to go ahead and we're going to get right into... I was trying to get a link to the Ration Museum. That's what I was doing, which shouldn't be too awful hard here. Ration Museum. Alright. Whoops, that's not it. Hang on. Scheduled. There it is. Copy link. Alright. Go back home here. Get in the live chat here. Now here comes a link to the Ration Museum live stream, you guys go ahead, click on that, and it will you'll be able to set a notification or a reminder or something. I can't remember exactly the wording on that, but it'll say, I think it says set reminder, and you hit that, and then tomorrow when it's time, it'll remind you to tune in to the Ration Museum live stream. So there's that, and I need to do a really quick post because I haven't been doing that, and I think that actually does kind of matter. Ooh, I don't understand how. Oh, there it is. Create a post. I don't really. I'm still working through navigating the iPhone thing. I don't understand it all totally yet. Okay. Hopefully I can get my thumbnail this way. Nope. Dang it. Well, maybe I can do this. This'll work. Alright. Real quick. Alright. There's a screenshot. Like to access your photos. Allow access. Okay. Oops. I don't know what that is. Alright, that's done. Time to move on to some other stuff here. Now I've got some snacks that Joe sent along as well, which we'll get to those here in just a minute. We're going to start off by opening up an HDR just to see what's in it. Remember, a couple weeks ago I was like, oh man, I wanted to open up I want to try to like open up at least one of every menu so we can have a documented list of the contents of all the HDRs, because there's a bunch of them floating around out there, so they're going around in the community. A lot of people don't know exactly what's in these new ones. I don't know what's in these new ones other than what I've seen on YouTube. So I'm going to try to hit the ones that haven't really been covered on YouTube yet. This is a Warnick, menu number 4. There may be a review of this out there. I have not searched for it, but I'm going to have a solid list that I can come back to, and, well, something I can reference on my own channel that I can come back and make a list of. And hopefully we can get that provided to MRE Info, and they can update the HDR list on MRE Info. That's what I'm thinking. So, anyway, this is the Warnick. So next week we can do, open up another menu from, what is it, Sopaco? I don't know what the other ones are. Maricwal? I can't remember. I think they're Sopacos. I think Maricwal only came with 2 menus. So let's check this out. This one's actually like vacuum sealed too. I should have grabbed the other menu because it was like, I swear, that much thicker. It was a lot bigger. Well, maybe I can get this open. I'll probably end up either eating this one or giving it away at some point. Good Lord. go. There wasn't much of a lip to grab a hold of. My fingers are sweating too. Well, that's an interesting looking package. Or wait, no. Well, maybe. Let's see what all we got in this. I don't know if this is a 19 or a 20. I didn't check the date code on these. But we'll find out real quick right here. Alright. So one of the mains is, in menu number 4 from Warnick, is Lentil Stew. So it's just your classic lentil stew. That's in a lot of the menus. We got strawberry toaster pastry. Alright. I think if I remember right, I think I like the Warnick ones better, but I can't 100% remember. I'd have to go back and watch. We got us a strawberry jam. What's our date code here? Yep, these are 2020s. 271st day of 2020. So, same year as what the IMP that we're going to be doing is. That's good. There's the accessory pack. We got fig bars in here. Put those up here. Bring the camera down some. There we go. Let's get all the contents on here. It's very shiny packaging. Very hard to deal with it with the lighting. So there's our card for the lentil stew, which is this one. What's our other main? Is pasta with tomato sauce. Isn't that what I had last time? Lentil stew and pasta? I don't remember. Seems like this might be a repeat of mains in menu number 4, and we had a menu number 5. So, And there is our peanut butter, which, in my personal opinion, has got bland. That, or it's the COVID messing with my taste buds, which is a very high likelihood of that being the case. And there's the pasta with tomato sauce. 410 calories in that bad boy. I mean, and there's how you're supposed to eat it. I think that guy's got a little mustache. He got a little mustache. Look at that. That might be like a shadow definition for the top lip. Here is a pack of crackers. And here is another pack of crackers. So we got 2 packs of crackers. And what's our last item here? We have a shortbread cookie. Alright. This actually, I mean, this ain't bad. This ain't bad. You know, you got a solid dessert for each meal. Well, you get 2 meals. That's how it's going to be. This is going to be laid out in 2 meals. Unless you want to have toaster pastries and crackers with jam for breakfast. So you get strawberry toaster pastries and strawberry jam and crackers for breakfast, maybe. And then you're going to be you could do your lunch and dinner with the mains. And obviously your fig bars is a dessert for one of them. And your shortbread cookie is a dessert for one of them. And split your crackers between that. Between your lunch and dinner. 1 cracker each. It would depend. I would do it as 2 meals, personally. I would definitely do this as 2 meals. And there's obviously your sheet telling you how to consume said food. Crackers opened up and holding them near your mouth, and your spoon, and iodized salt going up in there. Put your peanut butter on your crackers. Yep. That's it. Warnick Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Food gift from the people of the United States of America. Brownie. If you want, right there. Right there. Right there. Alright. Oh. Hold on. What the heck did I get on myself? What is that? peanut butter on my jeans somehow. I don't know how. I'm sure this isn't open. No, it's airtight. It's got air trapped in it. Alright, so we got that menu list done, dealt with. Now if I can repackage all this food into this bag, I'll be doing good. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. They do some magic. I think one of the crackers was on the other side of that. One was under it. Take that cookie out of there. Alright. Tell you what, the way they had this packed in here and the way it was vacuum sealed, I'll never have it nowhere near that size again, ever. There it is, as good as it's going to get. I would have to say it's a considerable amount larger now than what it was, which might be able to stagger some stuff in there, I don't know. Get it to flatten out some. Alright. Now, I think we'll get to Joe's snacks here. We got the Hickory Sticks, we got the original, and the salt and vinegar right here. I've never seen these before, so these might be something sold up north, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I've never seen them, but I just found that Hostess was kind of weird because I think of Hostess as a lunch cake type company. That's really all I think of. When I think of Hostess, that's really all I think of is like lunch cake type stuff, like the little cupcakes with like the white swirl on top, like a Hostess cake. You know, stuff like that. That's what I think of. These we definitely have down here. I've just never tried one, so I'll try the... oh, it's got French on there. But Reese's Big Cup with potato chips. So this I think I'm going to eat the very last because it's going to be super rich and it'll wreck my palate. So I'm going to stick that right over here in the corner. And... yeah, should I do these after the meal? I don't know. Let's go ahead and just try them real quick. Why not? Yeah, hickory stick, yeah. That's what my grandma used to tell me to go outside and cut. She'd tell me to go outside and cut me a hickory stick so she could whoop me with it. So these look like they're really nice and toasty brown. I bet you these would be awesome with some ketchup. They smell like French fries. I mean, they really do. They smell like French fries, and they look like skinny, well, I guess thin French fries. They look like about the right thickness for a shoestring fry, almost. A little bit thinner than a shoestring fry, but here we go. Let's give them a try. Oh, wow, those are really salty. Those are really good. Way better than what I guess I just didn't think they'd be that salty. But they're way saltier than what you would think they would be. I mean, these are legit like having McDonald's fries, but crunchy. Same kind of aftertaste. Obviously not the same kind of chew and eating sensation, but... those are killer. So I have been on a salt and vinegar kick lately as well. Been eating Lay's salt and vinegar chips. These do have a different appearance to them. They're not as brown. Boy, I smell that salt and vinegar. These smell like the Lay's, actually. I guess what I'm mainly... Sorry about that, folks. Obviously, Wouldn't be a stream unless it cut out at least once. So, there they are. Look at the grease leaving them. These ones are greasier. I think they're not baked as much, but these are definitely leaving more residue on my hand than the others. Might be like something they spray them with, so the salt and vinegar, or maybe the vinegar. Let's find out. They're not too weak, which is what I was afraid they would be, because the Lay's ones are pretty daggone potent. But these are right up there with them. The flavor's very similar to what I'm used to eating. Just where I guess if I hadn't eaten salt and vinegar in a while, which I really only got on that kick about maybe like 2 weeks ago, something like that. It ain't been very long. And I hadn't eaten them for years before that, literally. But yeah, these are actually really good. Really nice all around. The texture's good, the flavor's good. I like these. I'm actually glad this was the bigger bag. John's MRE, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. You did not have to do that, but I appreciate that, man. Thank you, sir. Wait, Matt's here. Oh, hey, what's going on, Viper? Yeah, tater sticks. They have a really good aftertaste. I must say, like just the follow up and overall aftertaste is really good. So it's, you know how sometimes, I don't know if any of you guys have ever had this experience with potato sticks before, but they leave like that really greasy film in your mouth. And I actually just brushed my teeth too, so this would be very prevalent right now if these did that. And these don't leave that like weird film in your mouth, but the other potato sticks, I can't remember what brand it was I had last time. They left like that. I was trying to eat them, and they was coating my mouth in that crap, and I do not like that. It's very off-putting, and it will, I won't eat something because of that. And I know if you like kind of struggle through it and get through that weird film, you know, that you get used to it, I guess, after you eat on it for a minute. But I just, yeah, I'm impressed by those. Those are actually really good. Hostess does a good job with that. I'm surprised. Like I don't know if it's the same Hostess. It probably is. All right, so on to the new style. New and improved, right? It's supposed to be improved. Canadian Individual Meal Pack, or IMP for short. This is exactly what they provide to the Canadian forces. This is probably close to, if not exactly, what the guys would be getting right now, as far as date-wise and everything. I don't know if they'd be getting anything fresher or not. They might be getting 2021s, maybe. I very highly doubt that they're getting this year's production. That rarely happens. And I think any of the guys, if they were getting them in this new style bag, would be fine with it. Because I think this is going to do a much better job at preserving everything, all the contents inside. That's my personal opinion on what I think that the long-term effects of this new lightweight, it's some sort of lightweight, like polyethylene, I think it is. It's definitely a lot different than an MRE bag. Like, it's night and day different. And obviously, compared to what they were, which is the brown paper bag, this is, I mean, I don't think anybody could argue that this isn't an improvement over this. I like this. I like having the box on either side, protecting the middle contents. I think that is something that we moved away from in America in like, what was it? We stopped using boxes. I can't remember what year it was. Probably like 2014, something like that. We stopped using boxes, but we stopped packing one on either side a long time ago, like probably the 90s, I would say. But back in around, I know for a fact in 95, like I have a chicken breast meal that I just had my hands on the other day, and a couple others. They had a box on either side, and I like that design because it does protect the middle contents a lot. It protects them from punctures. It protects them, like the crackers, from getting crushed. You know, a lot of stuff like that that you think really doesn't matter, but it does. It matters for the longevity of the meal, and it also matters when you're sitting down and actually trying to eat it, that it's not all crushed up, and or that it got a puncture hole in it or something like that. So I guess it's yet to be seen whether or not moving away from the boxes over here to save a total of maybe 2 ounces. Is that what they might have saved 2 ounces over here versus this, which every meal is different. So if I had a chicken and vegetable stew right here, then I could, if I had a scale and a chicken and vegetable stew over here, then I could do a direct comparison. I need to get me a kitchen scale so I can throw these things on the scales for you guys and tell you exactly what they weigh. But let's see, it was back in 2015, I believe, they started going with this QR code on the back, which sends you directly to the Canadian Forces Facebook page. So you can get on there and take surveys and whatnot. Before then, they used to put pieces of paper in there, and you would basically rate how well you liked each item. And there'd be like little smiley faces and stuff on it, just like there was in the British. And I think they still do the rating sheets. In the, I think even in the bagged ones that I had, I think they had a sheet in them, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken on that, though. It's been a while. Anyways, so I guess moving away from the brown bag is probably a good thing. I do, like I said, I like this. I wish they'd have just went ahead and kept. They did this to okay, quotes again, save weight. Okay, they were supposed to be putting flameless ration heaters in these. I don't know that they have yet. So I don't know if they decided against that. I don't really understand why the flameless ration heater is not contained with the meal now. They wanted to be able to put them on airplanes so that each flameless ration heater was sealed up and contained in a bag that was airtight like this, versus this is 100% not airtight, not even close. So that's why, again, this longevity-wise is not going to last anywhere near as long as this new style. And as you can see on the back, they don't put the dates on the front anymore. Like this one. This is 2019. So this is the previous year to this. They put the menu, but not the date. But it's fine because you flip it over, and you got all kinds of info on the back, which you've never had this before. This is all brand new stuff. See? Never had any type of info printed on here other than your QR code that takes you directly to the Canadian Combat Rations page. And I assume, obviously, they'll stick with this. Or they might change it up and start putting the dates back on the front. I don't know. But in particular, on the 2020s, they just put it right at the top. IMP 20. And there is your... which we found out last week that we were getting sliced peaches as our dessert here. 150 calories in that. Will it focus? I think I can move my light, and that'll help with the shadow. Yeah, look at that. That's much better. Piece of dust. And we got 260 calories in our chicken and vegetable stew. And there's your ingredients list. It says that it contains milk and wheat. But, again, waterproof bag. Also, something that I think is great. I would like to see in more rations is a resealable top here. This is something that I value because I am a small meal eater. I like to eat small amounts at a time typically. Typically, I would not take out this entire meal and eat it all at once. I would probably only eat maybe half of it if I was hungry. So, I like the fact that you can seal it back up, roll it up, and throw it in your pack or whatever. Go about your day, and then when it's time, you open it up, and it's waterproof because it's got this nice seal on it. And it's got a little pull tab right here to rip across through here, and that'll open it up. I guess that's how we're going to open it. I wanted to cut it open so I could kind of try to save the bag the best I could, but we're gonna try the pull tab. Let's see. Oh, it functions very well. Yep. Now I'm going to cut it so it doesn't rip off the end of the bag there. Alright. Now, I don't know how many times it's going to do that, but it looks as if this is an inserted strip to be able to pull through the plastic a little easier, I think. Because it's not down here, that white. So it's just specifically on the pull tab, which is awesome. Which that's why it made such a nice, straight, almost perfect line. So very good design there. I give them props on that. Very good. So far, with the bag, I'm extremely impressed. I do wish they'd have put the flameless ration heaters in here, though. Alright, so I can't remember if I've had this menu or not. I think I have, but I don't actually remember having it. So, I don't know. I'll find out if I like it or not. Let's see what all's in here. What is... Cool. So we got our hamburger bun, Canadian style. Good old 57 gram, 200 calories. Anybody want to keep a calorie count for me? That would be awesome if somebody could do that, because obviously I'm not going to be able to keep it added up in my head. 200 calories on the hamburger bun. We have, whoops, I thought I grabbed another one. There it is. 2 of the Canadian sports drinks. I love how they put maple leaves on pretty much everything, if not everything. Just in case you didn't know, it's from Canada, because we love our maple leaves. Calorie count on these are 80 calories each. 80 calories each, so 160 there. So 360 so far. Alright, what else we got in here? We have a strawberry jam. See? Maple leaf. Well, that's interesting. There's no calorie count on here. I would guess that it's probably at least, what, 100 calories? I don't know. Thank you, Miss Gail. Well, we're kind of in a pickle here because we don't know what the strawberry jam is, and I don't think I have an old one handy. I may have. Let me look real quick. I got an old IMP bag laying here, and nope, not in there. Huh. I don't know. Not sure. So if maybe Smitty or CT, Canadian Trucker, subscribe to both their channels, links in my description. If maybe either one of those guys might know the calorie count on the strawberry jam, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to guess it's at least 100 calories. Maybe, it might be 80. 80 to 100 calories. I would say 100 would be a nice round number to stick with on the strawberry jam. What do we have here? We have a vanilla drink mix with 220 calories. Pretty calorie dense. Lots of sugar in here, I'm sure. What do we got going on here? Ooh, 33 grams. Yes, sir. I don't understand their daily values over here. No way 33 grams is 0%. Really? Is it? 12 grams of protein. We have nothing listed on your daily value there. 20% of your calcium and 2% of your iron. Weird. Okay. Well, What else do we got in here? Here is our peaches, which got a little bit of a spot there from, I guess, just traveling. Peaches are 150 calories on the peaches. Yep. It's shaping up to be a good meal though already. I can't take that being all whopper job. Alright. Ooh, this thing's a little swollen. A little puffy. A little puffy. It's a lot puffy, actually. Yeah. So this is our chicken and vegetable stew. All that ink printed on there, which it's double printed, actually, for some odd reason. That's not normal, but that is all edible ink that they use on that. Calorie count on that one is 260. 260 calories on that. What do we have here? What? A Wonder Bar? Huh, a Wonder Bar. Peanut butter caramel experience. I freaking love these things. These things are so good. I can't believe they put this in there. That is awesome. I just expected like a coffee crisp or a Kit Kat, like a big fat Kit Kat or something. Nope. It's a Wonder Bar by Cadbury, which Cadbury's big here in the United States during Easter. Cadbury bunny type stuff. I'm trying to get all the food out first. Okay, we have our, is this sweet and creamy? Okay, so we got our Nescafe sweet and creamy. Let me see if I can find a calorie count on this bad boy. Fold this down. These are not marked for individual sale, so we again do not have a calorie count. Nope, I'm not seeing anything. I would say again, this is probably, with all the cream and sugar that's in it, I don't know, what would you guys say? Maybe around 100? So mostly I suggest you throw that Wonder Bar in the freezer and eat it at the what? At the what? Hang on, I got lost. Did you have a stroke there? type of stroke. LC. Just giving you a hard time. And we got our classic Tabasco. Wish they'd go back to the bottles. And here's your Canadian maple leaf towel, just in case you forgot that all this stuff was provided by Canada, the Canadian military. We have a peanut butter. Fortified creamy peanut butter. I don't know if I remember them saying that. And again, no calorie count. Gee whiz, I don't know. I guess I give up. There's no point in even trying now. Like I said, I would guess 100 on that. Just guess 100 on that. And just to be lowballing it, guess 100 on the peanut butter. So maybe 300 calories between the three. I don't know. Did I get a calorie count on the Wonder Bar? I did not. Calorie count on the Wonder Bar is, woo-wee. Look at that. This is more than the main, if I'm not mistaken. There's more calories in this candy bar than there is the main. And carbohydrates, we got 32 grams, which is 11% of your daily value. And something was 33 grams of sugar. I can't remember what I was looking at. Anyway, here's your extremely durable and really nice Canadian beverage bag. Hot or cold, either one. Wait a second. There's no line on here for a hot beverage. Huh. Only for the sports drink. They used to have a line for the wait, okay, sports drink or coffee. So I guess it's the same for both now. Interesting. Huh. So they've remedied that different line problem. They don't need to put two lines on there anymore, obviously. Here is what's rivaled as one of the best eating utensils provided by a military, uh, in my personal opinion. This is only my opinion. There's this. Then there is what I would say would take number one is the Australian. Love this spoon. The spoon is so legit. It's super, super tough. If you wanted to, you could sharpen that bad boy to a point. If you needed a, if you wanted to just keep it as a weapon on you. But these will last you forever. Like, I think I could make my silverware in my kitchen out of these. Just wash them and keep using them. So, we have three top contenders, in my personal opinion, for disposable utensils provided by militaries with their rations. And they're all three right here. You got your USMRE spoon, which is a classic. This thing's been around since '91. This hasn't been around that long. In the 2000s, I'm not exactly sure when this spoon started to show up in the CR1Ms and stuff, the Australian meals. And this thing here, it's very young. This is what they used to have. This is what the Canadian utensil used to look like, and it was basically a classic Dairy Queen spoon, just not colored red, because most of the time the Dairy Queen spoons are red, but they would give you white ones sometimes too. Canada made a huge upgrade, in my personal opinion, with this. So, yeah. I don't know. I can't pick. I don't know if I can pick a favorite. I like all three. Although, this thing is multi-purpose with the spork on there. Did it again. But anything you need the fork, these would pretty much be harder than it. Like, you can poke stuff with this one. So, it does have an advantage there. But toughness, I would have to give it to the CR1M spoon. Love the spoon. That's everything out of that bag, by the way. Leave that spoon right there. No, it isn't. Take it back. So we have our pack of matches from. They're going to be from Eddie Match from Pembroke, I'm sure. Ontario. White tip. Well, there's a goofy match on the end. You see it? It's like pointy and weird. It's unusual. Usually the matches, the matches are not weird like that. And you got your little 4 Tic Tacs, which I'm not a fan of this. I'd much rather have chewing gum or something. This is not going to like get stuff dislodged from your teeth or anything. This might help your breath for a minute. Literally like a couple minutes, but and then what? Like the gum you can chew on that even after it ain't got no flavor, but it's cleaning your teeth. Cleaning the stuff out of your teeth. I prefer the gum. Excuse me. All right, and I guess last but not least is your Canadian issued butt ration, or napkin, or toilet paper, whatever you want to call it. And you can split this into 2 and make yourself 2 nice pieces of napkin there. And it's a good size. Like, it's pretty good size. But as far as using it for a number 2, yeah, I mean, on a good day you might be able to get it done. On a bad day, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? All right. Well, I'm trying to put this napkin out of the way real quick, and then we're gonna go get the main. I love that. Look how nice that bag is on the inside. Nice and shiny. That is one heck of a bag, guys. I'm definitely impressed with the quality of this bag, and I will be keeping this. This will not be going anywhere. I apologize for that. I don't know what's going on. I would switch over to to the iPhone. I've got to get that iPhone figured out how to do a live stream with it, because for some reason, it doesn't want to shoot video horizontally for me like this is. It only wants to shoot it vertically, and I don't know how to fix that. I know I can lock the screen and it'll do whatever, but it's not working. So, yeah, I probably won't mess with these, but I know where they're at if I want to get into them. We can do that if y'all want. Matches, I'm going to throw those in there. Basco, we'll leave it out. Let me go throw this puffy chicken and vegetable stew into some hot water. This thing is really puffy, though, by the way. The only thing I can figure is it's because of a very large change in elevation or something. BCI Foods Incorporated, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Saint Hyacintha? Saint Hyacintha? Does that mean Quebec? QC? Quebec, maybe? Canada. Hopefully this is good. I don't remember this, but I'll be right back. Maybe I should have boiled the fruit as well. Instead of boiled sweets like the British have, I could have had boiled fruit. I know some people that like to heat their fruit up. They're a little fruity, if you ask me. Alright, let's get the tray up here and start checking out some of this amazing looking food. I want to stop and say a huge thanks to Bourbon Street Joe. I don't remember if I'd done that in the beginning. If I didn't, I am very sorry for that. Because if it wasn't for Bourbon Street Joe, I wouldn't have this brand new style IMP sitting here on my table and getting to share it with you folks. I am excited about this, if you haven't been able to tell, because I've rambled on about stupid stuff that you guys probably don't care about. Like the thickness of a bag and how wonderfully the tab tore off and, you know, stuff that I geek out over. Alright. Oh, have you guys seen the advertisement for the new Nicolas Cage movie? Because if you haven't, Google that and check that out. Because Nicolas Cage, I just kind of hit and miss sometimes. Like, I know he's kind of an internet meme, and he's obviously Hollywood icon, you know, blah, blah, blah. List of accolades and the list goes. But this new movie that he's doing, he plays himself. I've only seen the previews, obviously. But it looks like it's... So I think I might know what the issue here is. I'm going to have to wait a second before I do something about it. Or I try to do something about it. I'll have to ask Amber to turn the internet off because I think she's watching like Netflix or something back the hallway, Amazon or something like that, and it's I think it's pulling so much internet that it's kicking me out a lot. Alright, let's set this beautiful bag off to the side and let's get the drinks going. But anyways, I was talking about that I do have really good internet most of the time. And, you know, I think it might be what I'm streaming with here. That's what I'm afraid of. Because sometimes I'll just be watching YouTube videos and it'll stop and say, YouTube has stopped. And it'll kick me out. That'll happen, I would say, like if I was to sit down and use it like for a constant hour, it might happen twice in an hour. So, that could be what's going on here. Or it's the internet. I'm not exactly sure. If it's the internet, it's because my son's using it fully over here, and she's using it fully, you know, streaming films, which that still shouldn't matter, man. Like, I pay for the best internet that you can possibly have. It's supposed to be really, really good. I want to say it's like a gigabyte. I don't know my stuff. It's like 200 something or 400 or something like that. I'm not sure. Typically, I would use my Bob Ross mug in this situation, which would be this bad boy right here. My Bob Ross he's got the happy little clouds and trees for his hair. But we're going to go with the foreignmre.com mug because, like I said, I know they got some Chilean for sale right now. Those things are not common. I think Art said like a case of them's like $120 or something. Something like that. I don't know how many's in a case, if it's like 6 or 8, or I don't know. But if you got Chilean rations at $20 a piece, and you got 6 of them, that'd be $120. That's not bad. That's not bad in my opinion. But I've never had a Chilean ration either, so I can't really say. Can't really, I guess I can't attest to whether or not they're worth the bang, worth your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I really don't know. Like I said, I haven't tried one yet. I think I probably will order some, though, just because I wouldn't mind trying them, and who knows when the next time to be able to get him once he runs out. Alright. Good old sweet and creamy. As soon as I get this made up, I probably better go get that main out. I don't want it tasting like metal. I don't like to leave my mains in any longer than like 5 minutes tops. Like, that's really... that. If you got rolling a water that's at a rolling boil, then 5 minutes is plenty of time. I mean, it's pre-cooked already anyways. All you're doing is heating it up. Alright. 250 milliliters. That's 8 ounces, right? For the sports drink. 250. I think it's something like that. Almost. It's actually a little over 8 ounces, I think. Alright. Set that off to the side. Let me go get the main real quick, and I'll be right back. Amber, you might be making me getting kicked off the stream. I'm not sure. Okay. This thing was ready to pop. It looked like a balloon that was blown up all the way. Very, very distended. Still pretty thick, if you ask me. Retorts don't usually look like that, but Canadian ones do, so I'm not concerned, because I've eaten plenty of them that have been blown up like that. Should I use the beverage bag or use a cup? I ain't used a cup in a while. I think I've used a beverage bag a couple times recently. So it's been a while since I used a cup. I want to go with the classic orange sports drink. Orange is a drink like this has been around for a minute. One of the first flavors in the U.S. was orange and grape and cherry. Just like candy. I could easily eat the drink mixes if I had to. If I needed the sugar or whatever, I would just eat them. Alright, I got a bottle of water here that's already open. Alright, 250 mils. Yeah, it's 8.45 ounces. Probably about right there. Roundabout. Oh, man. Just about ripped that off my finger. my buddy that passed away, somehow he gave this to me. Yep, his name was Darren. And somehow he had the power to give a wart away. I don't have another wart on my body other than the other one right here that he gave me. He told me he was going to give me this one. Shook my hand. He said, I'm going to give you this wart. I was like, dude, whatever. He's like, shake my hand. I shook his hand. Next day I woke up, I had that on my hand. It's not bad. That one right there don't bother me. This one right here, driving me crazy. I had it froze off once, and it almost went away, and then it came back like in the last week or so. A couple weeks maybe. You know, I don't know if I think. Yeah, I'm going to mix it in the bag. I'll mix it in the bag. Oh boy, the line's all the way down there. How much water is that actually? I wonder how much that is. That ain't very much water. If you only put water in it to right there, you're probably only putting 5 to 6 ounces in it. Not enough, in my personal opinion. With these dairy shakes and stuff like this, this isn't a dairy shake per se. It's just a vanilla drink mix. But I always think that they could take more water, but that's a personal taste that I have. See? Like, no way. No freaking way. That's even over the line right there. And I only had like that much water in this bottle. Not very much at all. Yeah, there's no way. Oh, bye, Miss Gail. Hey, Miss Gail, what was the rough, before you take off, what was the rough calorie count that you came up with for this? If you don't mind me asking. Just based on like the guesses of 100 calories for each of those peanut butter, the jam, and the drink. Just, you know, I gave it rough numbers. $15.30. Wow. Okay. That's a pretty decent meal. Yeah, that's considerably more than the 12 or 1300 that you typically think a meal like this would have. Well, this smells good. What does that smell like? It smells like vanilla pudding. I bet if you'd add just a little bit of water to this, mix it up, you'd have something kind of like a pudding. Even putting my fingers together like this, when my index finger goes down, it like wants to rip that off of there. Oh, it's driving me nuts. Something tiny like that can be way too painful for no larger than what it is. I sound like a wuss. It don't bother me. I eat these things for breakfast. I don't care. Alright, what are we going to put this in? Let's put this in. Good old Gremlin's cup. It's been a minute. Isn't there stuff that can freeze? Yes, there is. I've got like the home stuff, and I've tried that. It didn't work. I actually had it done at the doctor back in January, and like I said, it almost worked, and then it came back in the last couple weeks. See, that's still pretty thick. It smells just like, I used to take this stuff, this creatine stuff, and obviously it had a bunch of protein in it, and that's what that is protein powder. Has a distinct smell to it, a distinct odor, but it also smells like instant pudding. It's kind of a mix between protein powder and instant pudding. it's not an off-putting smell at all. It's actually quite pleasant. The protein smell is I don't know. If you didn't know what that smell was, it probably wouldn't bother you. But where I used to drink a bunch of that stuff when I was younger, I guess that's why I have a dislike for it. Yeah. We got peaches. That's right. Let's get our little bowl up here. Jeez. I don't know what was in my bowl, but something. I'll wipe it out with my shirt. Yeah, that's better. Probably ain't going to hold them all, but golly, every time. Yep. Sprayed juice. I don't know if y'all saw it, but it never fails. There's some perfectly fresh peaches. I mean, perfectly fresh, 2 years old, whatever. Same thing to me. All right, well, it does fit. Well, except for a couple little pieces in there that didn't come out. There, they came out. All right. Huh. Got peach juice all over that. You guys can't see it, but I can. I'll just wipe it off. All right. The classic Canadian hamburger bun. So I don't know really, well, I guess peanut butter and jelly. I was like, what am I going to use that for? Duh. Wait. Okay, there it is. I was like, no oxygen absorber? That sucks. Yeah. I wonder who the idiot was who tried to eat one of these. I wonder who that was. I'm going to bet, I'll bet he didn't get too many important jobs after he decided to eat a desiccant pack for his lunch. I don't know. Old Jim Bob over there been chewing on a desiccant pack for the last week. Said his tongue was real dry. Which I don't have any idea if that's what it would do to you or not. Because I've never tried it. What is it now? Your feet. I can't stand for anybody to touch my left foot now. It's like hypersensitive after the injury. But I can't stand somebody to tickle my feet either. Oh my God. That drives me absolutely crazy. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I can't take it. I don't like being tickled, period. I mean, I like to laugh, but I don't like to laugh like that, I guess. I don't know. You just don't have control. Fortified creamy peanut butter. I don't know if it said that before. I really don't. Nice little smaller the hole, the more control, as Gundog says. His very, very true saying. Give this a real quick knead because it does feel quite separated. Alright. There we go. Only one thing left to open, and that... Oh, uh-oh. Just about cut my Australian rubber bands that's been on my wrist for a couple months now. Ever since I opened it on here, but They've gotten pretty sloppy. They're pretty stretched out. They get caught on my clothes and all kinds of stuff all the time. Alright. Might do a little bit of trivia after I get through this meal here. After I eat it. A little bit of food trivia. It's been a while since I had one of these. It was recommended to put this in the fridge. I'm going to go throw this in the freezer for a few minutes, and then we'll come back to this here in a minute. Because it does feel a little bit soft. I've been watching a lot of The Office lately. I love that show. Love it. Love it. Alright, all we got left to do is get the main put into this bowl right here. Chicken and vegetable stew, right? Is that what it's called? Yep, chicken and vegetable stew. I like just about anything Canada has done with chicken. I think their chicken dishes are always pretty killer. So, well, that looks amazing. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There it is. Look at that. That smells like pot pie filling. Oh, wow. Look at the chunks of chicken. Dude. Man. I wish I could buy something like this in the stores. There's nothing that even compares to this. Not even like Oregon freeze-dried stuff or, well, Mountain House stuff. Whatever. Nothing even comes close to this type of a dish. That looks just as good, if not better, than homemade. That looks amazing. The chicken's not processed or overly processed. It's somewhat processed, but got an itch. All right, where's my spork? Huh. There it is. All right. This is looking really, really good. Look at this. Look at the size of the chunks of chicken. I don't know if you guys can tell how big those are, but that is a massive chunk of chicken. And watch this. Look at that. The natural fibers of the chicken are still there. It's not that like cubed, pressed and formed like weirdness that you get when you get that overly processed stuff. This still looks like chicken. That's what I like to see. These chunks of chicken are so big that I would prefer to cut them up so that I can spread chicken throughout every bite. But look at how nice. Okay, my mouth is extremely... It's watering. Really, really bad. So, I'm salivating. More than I should be, maybe. It's got potatoes in it. What else is in here? There's a little bit of orange going on right here, which means it looks like they might have tried to put some carrot in there, but it's like barely there. This is basically chicken and gravy with a couple little tiny chunks of potatoes, and there's like, I saw there's like a little piece of a pea. There's another pea, but they're just really not any vegetables here. This is mainly, well, like potatoes, but mainly just chicken. Yeah, down the hatch. Looking amazing. It tastes exactly like what I thought it was going to taste like. It's extremely savory. It's thick. The chicken has a great chew to it and great flavor. Some people might consider the chicken to be a little on the dry side, but I think it's just fine. Like, I don't mind that. Mmm. Wow. I'm impressed. This is amazing. This is a... I could eat this multiple times a week for dinner without batting an eye. This is a killer main. Mmm. I know I'm supposed to make a peanut butter and jelly over here, but I'll tell you what. I'm going to have to cut off at least a chunk of this bread to eat with this, because this is exactly the type of meal that I want to have bread with. It kind of reminds me of like a, I don't even know, like a chicken soup, but it's thicker than that. The chicken is just, oh, the gravy, it's not too thick. I don't know how good this would be cold, though. I think it would probably be okay, but I think it would be a little bit on the gelatinous side. And yeah, obviously you guys know me by now, and I don't do well with gelatinous type textures. I am a texture eater. So, I'm going to try it with the bread. Get a bite here. Mm-hmm. Mm. Hey, what's up, Landell? Glad you made it, buddy. This is an amazing meal, dude. Maybe I'm making too much of it. Maybe I'm not overplaying it for myself, but maybe you guys wouldn't like it as much as me. I don't know. Me personally, though, it's like they picked my brain and made this meal just for me. That's kind of what it feels like. I really am that happy with it, though. It's the bread. It does exactly what adds that bread flavor in there, gives a little bit of that thickening. I guess it just thickens it up even more. But the bread, oh, I could do like an open faced sandwich with this. Just put the bread down and just dump it over top of it, and make a great big awesome open faced sandwich, chicken and vegetable sandwich, something like that. Look at that. When I have a meal like this, I would buy 10 of these and stock them up, because if anything ever did hit the fan, crap hit the fan, this is what I want to survive on, is stuff that tastes like this. Well, I'm not going to let that cool down too much, but I want to rinse it down with this orange sports drink here. I added too much water. Pretty bland. The orange flavor is not very potent, and it's not too sweet either. It's very similar to a Gatorade, which is what it's supposed to be. So, in that aspect, it serves its purpose. What's $500? Dan, I'll tell you what. Dan. Oh, did Dan show up? Is Dan here? Oh, Dan. Maybe you're talking to Daniel. I thought maybe Cyanide Cookies had made it. Our good buddy Dan from Australia. Love that guy. Super, super nice guy. There's a lot of good people in this community. Let's not. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to save that for that. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to do the peanut butter and jelly on this. I might want more bread with that than I do with the peanut butter and jelly. So let's just try the peanut butter first. Fortified, creamy peanut butter. The bread itself is really good too. It's almost got almost like a creamy quality to it. But the flavor of the bread, it doesn't have that weird shelf-stable flavor, which these things do get a little bit of that shelf-stable flavor after they've sat in the package for years. More years than this has. Because this is pretty daggone fresh. I mean, in the way of rations, this is pretty daggone fresh. Let's try out the strawberry jam. The peanut butter, it's not as sweet as it used to be, I don't think. It seems like they've tamed that down a little bit. It's very creamy, though. I'll give it that. It's very smooth. And it's got a really nice sharp peanut butter or peanut flavor, which is good. Because I feel like the U.S. is kind of lacking on that. The Canadian strawberry jam, though, it's better than the U.S. stuff. It's sweeter. The strawberry has more flavor, like of the actual fruit. It just tastes fresher, like you're actually having fresh strawberries or something. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and mix the strawberry and the peanut butter for a bite. There we go. If I can flip it over without... I already made a mess. Whatever. Yeah. Nice little bite of a peanut butter and jelly. Yeah. Just all around, everything about that's better than the U.S. stuff. Obviously the bread, because it's real bread. And you don't... I mean, I guess crackers are real bread, but they're also crackers. You know what I mean? It's a bread item, but it's not really bread in my mind. It's crackers. The crackers are good. Well, the new ones kind of suck, man. They've lost a lot of flavor. I don't think it's just my palate. I think they actually have gotten blander, which I think is silly. You know what? I think this vanilla drink would probably be better to wash that down because that stuff's so sweet. Which the sweet and creamy will be sweet too, but this is probably sweeter. I don't know. About to find out though. That is thick. That needs a lot more water. It's almost to the point of being like on the gelatinous side that I don't like. So I am going to add more water to this. The flavor, it's got a really strong taste of whatever they make vanilla pudding out of. Obviously there's vanilla extract or something in there, or fake vanilla extract, one or the other. Sugar. But man, look how thick that still is. Look. And I just added I mean, this is more than double the amount of water it's supposed to have, but it's still... Yeah, you could make pudding out of this by putting a lot less water in it than it calls for. I just have a feeling that it would turn into some sort of a pudding. It wouldn't be like an icing, I don't think. I think it would be more like a pudding. But we're getting into the realm of triple the water that it's probably supposed to have in it. Somewhere along that line. Red Label Kraft Peanut Butter. Kraft peanut butter? Okay. That's a lot better texture-wise. Before it was just too thick. Now it's more like a thick. It's kind of like a thick milk consistency. I don't know how else to describe that, but it does have still has a thickness to it that I guess I'm just not a huge fan of. That's like the strawberry dairy shakes. I put triple the water in those, but those actually thin out and are pretty killer. But the protein flavor is the most predominant flavor in that, I would say. I mean, this still tastes like a protein shake to me, which it is full of protein, so that's fitting. All right. You know what? That just gave me an idea, but let me somewhat clean my spoon off here. I think I got some of that vanilla stuff in my beard, because, you know, why not? Alright. Get to the old peaches here. Alright. They're a little darker than you'd think they would be for being as fresh as they are, but they might have been dark when they cut them up and made them. They taste just fine, though. They taste nice and not overly tender. Got a great peach flavor. Lots of sugary syrup around them. They're exactly what you would expect. It's a canned peach. If you've never had canned peaches before, very sweet and overly soft peach compared to what you would typically get with a fresh peach. So this might be a little weird, but let me get a piece of peach out of there. Try to strain it a little bit if I can. And then I'm going to go over here and get some of this and do some peaches and cream. That's actually really good. That makes this much more tolerable for me, for my palate. That's probably how I'll end up finishing both of those. Just because I'm not a huge fan of the peaches anyway. Like, I'll eat them. I won't waste them. I'll eat them. But with this vanilla-y-ish flavored stuff over here, mixing them, they actually... I wouldn't call it a peaches and cream exactly, but it does kind of have... It gives you that... Almost kind of that essence. Alright. I gotta have some more of this. Before it cools down too much, I'm probably going to have to heat it. Look at the size of that piece of chicken. I mean, that is huge. Yeah, I definitely gotta have some more of this before I let it cool down too much. I'll end up heating that stuff up, though. Were those peaches, I'm thinking of, or apple sauce that was super nasty? Don't know if you're talking to me or not there, Sparrow. Sorry, guys, I'm focused on this amazing food in front of me here. Alright. I opened up some black peaches on here one time. from a C ration that were really, really bad. But like the, I've eaten applesauce from the first era of applesauce in a retort pouch. I like what happens to applesauce, actually. It, if it's been exposed to heat, it ferments, but it's fermenting with sugar, and it turns out really good, actually. Sorry to be creeping in on the side of your screen there. I know it looks weird. All right, one more bite. That's what I got enough bread for here. There's so much chicken that you can get as much chicken as you want in every single bite, which is awesome. There's no way we're only 31 minutes into this live stream, right? And throw the, wait, no, never mind. I don't have the Ration Museum link handy. G. Schultz sent me a message. Me on his TV back there. Looking like a goofball. Miss Marilyn says no, 1 hour and 36 minutes. Really? Wow. Doesn't seem like it's been that long, but my clock only says 32 minutes and 34 seconds. Really weird. So we lost an hour. I bet you it does. I bet it's gone. I bet you it won't post up on YouTube. I bet that hour is gone. So me opening that HDR, it might be gone. Obviously, I can reference it because it's sitting right here, and I can check it to see what the. I'll probably document it with my camera or something to make a menu list, because if I don't, it looks like I'm going to lose already an hour of this live stream. That really does actually suck. All right. Oh. I haven't even tried the sweet and creamy coffee yet. That is like a liquid dessert. Oh, so good. The thing is, though, if you don't like cream and sugar in your coffee, you're kind of up a creek without a paddle here with this one. That kind of sucks. Sebastian, buddy. Oh, boy. Alright, hang on, guys. I gotta go deal with the dog. Be right back. Whew. All right. Oh, excuse me. So I still got this to try out. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. Wait. The Wonder Bar. Ah, I almost forgot about it. I did forget about it, technically. Well, it's got really cold. So I'm going to let it sit right here, or actually right there over top the cup of coffee. I'm going to try this with potato chips in it. And these are the big ones too. So let's actually get a good cross section on this. Let's see what it really looks like on the inside. Oh, that's crunchy. So that somehow those potato chips stayed crunchy inside that peanut butter. Peanut butter is usually pretty oily, and it would make potato chips go, you know, more soft. There's what the inside looks like. Looks like kind of had a little pocket right here, but I can't smell the potatoes. All I smell is that emulsified peanut butter, and obviously Reese's chocolate, which is quite unique. I've never seen or tasted anything that tastes exactly like Reese's peanut butter. Not even Reese's own peanut butter that they sell in a jar. It doesn't taste like the peanut butter that's inside of a Reese's. I don't know what the deal with that is, but it's very unique. If you've never had a Reese's peanut butter cup or a Reese's peanut butter anything, then you probably don't understand what I'm talking about, but it's a very unique peanut butter. Mm-hmm. I saw your comment, Trucker. So those chips are weird. They're very crunchy. Which it might be kettle cooked or something, maybe, to try to preserve the crunchiness of them. I'm not really sure what they done there. Because a potato chip should get soggy in peanut butter like this. As oily as that peanut butter is. So, I don't think that the potato chips are meant to necessarily change the flavor all that much. To respond to your comment, Trucker, I think it is a texture additive. I think the potato chips add a crunch to this, and instead of it being a mushy, smooth experience, it becomes a crunchy, lively experience, if that makes any sense. Because definitely got a ton of crunch going on there. A lot more than I really expected out of this particular type of thing. I didn't expect it to be like this. I expected it to like have some Lay's potato chips up in there. Like a good bit of them. Judging by this. I mean, it might change the flavor a little bit. But if it does, it's literally just a little bit. It's not bad. I mean, it's a Reese's peanut butter cup, mainly. But it's also with a very different texture. A lot of added crunch. That you, even if they used crunchy style peanut butter with chunks of peanuts in it, it wouldn't be crunchy like this. So I'm not sure what to deal with the potato chips in here. I would like to know exactly what type of potato chips they're using, though, to maintain that crunch. I don't even know if kettle cooking them would preserve the crunch like that. I don't know. That was just my first thought. Anyway, gonna let the Wonder Bar heat up. Want to talk to y'all face to face with my goofy self, looking all goofy and whatnot. Heard of filling in the what? The Kit Kats. I've heard the filling in the Kit Kats is made of crushed Kit Kats, but makes me wonder How did they make the first Kit Kat? Chicken and the egg. Yeah, I don't think that's true. I I'm pretty sure the filling, like the cream stuff in those, is actually it's either chocolate cream or peanut butter cream. Um, I used to be. I'm almost positive. Kit Kats used to have that really, what was it, like 4, 5 very thin layers of peanut butter in them, but it could have been chocolate cream. Can't remember. It's been a while. Not a huge Kit Kat fan, but I did dive down through that road once. Been years ago when I kind of looked into what the filling was. The old Kit Kat filling, um, that was the wafer that was yellow. It was more like a creamy light brown type color. I mean, not very different from the wafer color itself. Oh yeah, the lunch. I was just thinking about that because I had to move it, and I've got all those mac and cheese. Yeah, I got 3 mac and cheeses too. You know what I might do on the mac and cheeses, so I don't have to cook those great big boxes. I was actually just at the store and I saw all 3 flavors in the little individual whatever, the individual things, the individual bowls. That's what it was, microwavable bowls. So I might do those that way, so I don't have to cook the big box and have it get all right. Stop losing focus and get all cold on me and stuff. So I might do that way. Um, I might do it next week. I might do it next week. Yeah. So Dan's not here. Um, I'm gonna have one of Dan's smokes. I'm gonna have one of Miss Maryland's. I keep going back to the Camels. Let me see how many I got in here. Let's see. There's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 in there. I had another weird pack somewhere. What did I do with them? I'm going for one of Dan's. It's been a while since I had one of these. Been a few weeks. Actually, no, I might have had one last week. Because I said something when I got it out about it being a $2 cigarette. It's a $40, more or less, $39 pack of cigarettes. You didn't like crunchy food? Huh. See, I was a big Doritos guy. Like Doritos, and I had bologna sandwiches all the time as a kid. You guys probably heard me tell this story 100 times. And my Uncle Red would, when I'd get out of school, he'd set me down because he babysat me. And he would give me a can of Pepsi, a bologna sandwich that he had made, which was mayonnaise on white bread, slab of bologna, and another piece of bread. Somehow I ate that crap. I can't even stand the smell of it now. It's that bad. Um, and he would give me a handful of Doritos to go with the sandwich. So, crunchy. I was a crunchy fan. I didn't like. I guess it's never changed. My thoughts have never changed. The gelatinous of like the mayonnaise, I hated that. Hated it. But I did like the flavor of mayonnaise. Like I still like to add mayonnaise to like an egg sandwich. I'll like mix mayonnaise with scrambled eggs and put it on a sandwich. I think that's okay. I don't use mayonnaise for much though. I can't think of what else I would even use them for. Dorito chicken is a thing. I saw I don't think it was Dorito. It was something really weird. It may have been Dorito. Where did I see that at? But it was like as a matter of fact, I think it was Shake and Bake brand. But it was a Dorito chicken crust or something like that. I think it was what it was called. I just saw this within the past 2 to 3 days. Me and my little sister were at a very out of the way Walmart for me, a Walmart that I never go to. and I think that's where we might have seen that there, if I'm not mistaken, because I had to get something from the food aisle when we were. Oh yeah, we were both hungry. That's what it was. Crushed and uses breadcrumbs in a meatloaf. Yeah. What would you mix it with? Like some oil or something, or just you couldn't just do Doritos because they'd burn. You'd have to mix it with something, like maybe some breadcrumbs or something, like and some oil or butter, something, something to moisten it up. Moisten it up. You have a food truck. We have a food truck around here that sells Doritos tacos. Taco Bell sells Doritos tacos. Yeah. Um, oh yeah, that's well. You're in Canada, so I don't know if they have that up there. Our Taco Bell's here. My son's actually a manager at a Taco Bell. Um, Doritos tacos has been a thing here now for probably what, like 5 years, longer, 6 years, 10 years. It's been here. It's been a minute. No Munchos in Alaska. Okay, so Munchos, a very light and airy, strange tasting potato crisp thing. Munchos is a weird chip, man. Like um, I don't. That's a hard one to describe to someone because it's like it's this. It kind of looks like a lava rock. You guys know what a lava rock looks like? It's where it's like all airy and bubbly, and obviously not really airy and bubbly, but it's got all those little individual. That's what Munchos look like. I haven't thought about Munchos in a long time. My mom used to eat those things all the time. I think they used to be in an orange bag, and it obviously said Munchos on them. But I've only ever had the one flavor of Munchos, which was just unflavored original flavor. But they had this really weird taste. I don't know what that taste was. Looking back at that, like those things, the Munchos are weird. Like I wonder. Hang on, let me just look that up for y'all. Show me a picture of Munchos.
Here are some images of munches from the web.
Ah, ow. Got some open my eye. So there's a different one called McCoy's Munchos, but that is definitely not what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about right here. Focus. Yeah, right here. It's a very weird, a light tasting, crispy snack. Potato crisp. They are not chips. Same as Pringles are not chips. Pringles called themselves chips for a long time, and they got sued for it. It was a whole thing with it's a polydecahedron, I think, is what the shape of a Pringle is. And they had came up with the shape of the Pringle and the can. It took them 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. 10 years of working on the crisp that they were going to put into the can. It's a very interesting story. When you get into the story of Pringles themselves and how they came to be, like it didn't go in the order that you really thought it would. Like they wanted to come up with a way to get you crisp or chips without them getting crushed. So they came up with the can. But then they had to come up with what type of crisp they were going to put in there, and they came up with the shape. But then they fought for a long time with coming up with the actual crisp itself. And something to do with, I heard something to do, I don't know if this is true, but they were printing out, they print these chips out basically, or crisps out, basically stamp them out. And like something blew off the table and it curled it or something. And that's how they had like this light bulb go off. Somebody did. It's a very interesting story. Look up the story of Pringles. We did a piece on Pringles in eating history. We didn't dive super deep into the history. I dove pretty deep into the history myself, learning about Pringles. But I like the history behind it, and I'll tell you what. If you want a long-term storage chip, I'm just gonna call them a chip because that's what they are. They're crisp, but to us in America, like we call those chips. So if you want a long-term storage chip that will stand the test of time, just buy Pringles. Store them in a cool, dark place, and you'll be good to go. I'm telling you right now, they'll last. If I was to guess, at least 3 times longer than a bag of chips, than a bag of whatever you decide. If it's in a bag, if it's in a commercial bag with light passing through it and stuff like that, even if it doesn't have light passing through it, the bag itself is going to let more air through than what the can of Pringles is, and it's vacuum sealed. It's every can of Pringles is vacuum sealed. That's why you hear that pop when you hit the top. It was nice getting to open an actual metal top, because I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, they used to be like Pringle. They used to be like a tennis ball cans. And they'd have that metal ring on the top that you lift up like a cat food can kind of, and you pop it off. You pop that once you pop the top, you can't stop or something like that. They used to have a saying, but it was cool getting to open that metal top can. I enjoyed that a lot. Oh, that they stopped the mini flavors, huh? They still got a bunch of flavors. I just saw. Where was I at? I was at a store just a little bit ago today, and I saw like. Oh, I was at Big Lots of all places. I never go there. They had which if Big Lots has it, typically a lot of times it's a discontinued snack, so that may be that a lot of those were discontinued. But they had like 15 different weird flavors of Pringles. I've never gotten into trying the different flavors, but if I'm telling you, if you want to with this whole food shortage thing going on, I'm not going to tell you that Pringles are good for you because they're not. But long-term storage food, they're cheap and they will last. The can of Pringles that we opened on Eating History was from 1976, if I'm not mistaken, or 77. It was definitely in the 70s. And they were slightly, and I do mean slightly, rancid. The oil had went rancid in them, and you could smell it more than you could taste it. So it was kind of cool. So with the Pringles, I'll tell you a little quick story about the filming of that. So we filmed it initially, opened the can, filmed the whole thing, and then we messed up something to do with the sound or something. We had to come back into the studio and place the can of Pringles on the table. Matt, the showrunner, the director, great at what he does. Great guy. Him and Emily both. Him and his wife are grade A people. I consider them friends, good friends. But anyways, whenever we had to go back into the studio, we had to place the can of Pringles, the lid, and like everything just the same way it was the day that we opened them, which was like 2 to 3 months prior to the date that we're filming this next part. Trying to fix a screw up that we had done, something that we'd done that day. I can't remember what it was. But we opened them up and we got them, we're all doing the thing, and Matt was like, "You don't want to eat one of those, do you?" And I was like, "Nah, I mean, they smell pretty good, dude." I was like, I kind of would like to try one. He's like, "Man, I wouldn't advise it. They've been open for like 2 or 3 months, however long it'd been." And I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm going to eat something," because it was going to be better if we actually ate them to recreate the scene. And I'll tell you this, the Pringles were better the second time around after they had like aired out. They were better the second time around than they were the first time when we initially opened the can, and they kind of had a little bit of that uh, rancid oil scent and stuff like. it had kind of worn off after 2 or 3 months, and we were able to. Uh, Josh tell you the same thing. They were better the second time around. There's no doubt. So even after they sat there open for 2 or 3 months, they were still good. But they were the wavy, like a wavy laid potato chip. That's what those ones were like. They were crinkled or whatever you want to call it. Typos in my writing here. I learned English. Living in a bilingual country. That's awesome. MFOs. It's difficult to study many other languages. I don't know any other language, so you're doing way better than I am. What else? My favorite Pringles was the wasabi kind. Really? LC? Really? Whew. I am, like, I will add wasabi to some sushi. You know, a little dab of wasabi. But, wait a second. Yeah, wasabi, the green stuff, right? Am I thinking of something different? Yeah, that's wasabi. That stuff, man, it's like trying to eat straight up like a stick of chemicals or something. That stuff is rough. I watched L.A. Beast try to eat like a softball size thing of that stuff before, and man, oh man, I don't know. I don't know how he done what he done. You could turn the can into a mini. Yes, I remember that spicy tuna rolls. You could turn the can into a speaker. Yeah. Alaska was formally transferred to the United States on October 18th, 1867. I don't know what that's about. I mean, obviously, but that was a response to something. Chips don't last long enough to rot in my house. Yeah, I hear you. I was just thinking, like, with everybody trying to prep, because a lot of people are like, food shortage is coming. Buy everything. Pringles would actually be one of those things that and they stack, so you can stack them on top of each other. They're not real heavy, so you can stack them. As long as, you know, you got a corner or something where they can not get knocked over, you can stack them as high as you want. And they wouldn't crush the ones on the bottom. And I don't know. I was just thinking, you know, like that would be a decent long-term storage thing. All right, let me go down here to wasabi soy Pringles were awesome. So, of course, they were discontinued. Yeah, you know, companies do that. I've had 2 chips in the past year or so that have came up that I really enjoyed, and they've went away. I mean, I'm a fat guy. Like, I like to eat. I have cut my diet way down, and I have lost probably 10 or 15 pounds. I don't know. I haven't weighed myself, but I can definitely tell that I'm lighter. 100%. In the past 2 or 3 months, I've most certainly lost some weight, and not accidentally, not because I was sick, but because I've been trying to lose weight. But they had these Lay's potato chips that were a cross with Doritos, and they were Cool Ranch flavored Lay's potato chips. The best Lay's potato chips I've ever had in my entire life were those Cool Ranch flavored Lay's potato chips. And the most recent one is the white cheddar Cheez-It Puffs. Those things are actually pretty daggone good. Especially if you get like a good bag of them with like lots of the dusty flavor stuff on them. Oh, they're pretty good. But I don't think they're going to last. I think they're going to take them away. I think it's like a seasonal thing. I don't know what that really means. Like, if you have a product that is such a hit, like I didn't understand with the Lay's too. They could not keep them in the stores. They would come in and they'd sell out the same day. Like, if I found them in the store, I'd buy 2 or 3 bags because they were that good. But I also knew that I wouldn't find them again. And I didn't. The last time I got a bag, I got 1 bag, and that was it. And I think total I might have had 5 or 6 bags over a maybe 2-month period, something like that. Month or 2-month period, something like that. But I mean, I stretched them out, like I savored them. You know, I'm a weirdo like that. I've got to get off of here. Fordman, I'm sure you're probably already gone because this is older. Good night, y'all, and thank you for the stream, Smokey. It's A-okay, man. I appreciate you for hanging out. Christopher Potts, Uh, Probably about an hour late, something like that. Well, I mean, wait, no, 2 hours. Like we're pretty much at the end here. We're getting ready to wrap her up. Um, I don't think that endeavor would work out too good for good old Canadian for CT. We're a patriotic sort up here. We dig the U.S. of A. What now? I guess I don't understand what you got. I must not have caught the beginning of the conversation. Or maybe he was responding to something I said. I don't know. Uh, Something about no complaints with DeCarlos there. The Backstorm Pringles were the weirdest. Backstorm? I never heard of those either. Huh. They had poutine Pringles. I know they had poutine flavored Lay's potato chips, which were like gravy, and that was it. Gravy and cheese flavored or something like that, like something. Um, all the Baconator Pringles. I think they brought those back recently. Am I wrong about that? Because I'm pretty sure I just seen them. Might have been at Big Lots though. Might have seen them at Big Lots. They might have been discontinued. Like I said, that's why they have stuff there a lot. We did find a 13 ounce, almost a pound bag of the freeze dried marshmallows from Lucky Charms. We found a bag of those today. They were 5 something a bag, and like you can't find those things virtually anywhere. And in my opinion, they're awesome to add to almost any sweet cereal. You can add those marshmallows to, and it's like, yeah, this is pretty good. Especially if they already got marshmallows in them, you just kind of like double up the marshmallows that it's supposed to have and make it really awesome. Spicy tuna rolls, you can eat wasabi. Well, good for you, dude. Because I, uh, I mean, I'm sure I could eat wasabi straight up. Like, it's hot in its own right, but it's that chemical flavor. It's not that I can't eat it. I just don't like it. I guess I don't even know why I like to put it on my sushi. Like, I don't understand that really. Like, sometimes I'll put like a dab on my sushi for some reason. I don't know. It cuts through the fishy taste or something. I'm not really sure. Got a can of the Wendy's spicy chicken Pringles. Oh, I love Wendy's spicy chicken. God, that's the best. Well, I can't say it's the best. I think it might be the best. It's between that and Chick-fil-A for the spicy chicken sandwich. The other places that do them, like McDonald's and KFC and what's the Louisiana chicken place? Popeyes. They don't do the chicken actually. They don't make the spiciness into the chicken. They want to put a sauce on it and call that a spicy chicken. Like, no. You have to make the chicken spicy itself. So if you just eat the piece of chicken, it's going to be spicy, you know? Wendy's, I mean, neither one of them are very spicy. To some people they might be, but not to me. They're not really that spicy, which I can't handle super extreme spices anymore. I think COVID or something just, it wrecked me. I can't take it in my stomach, and I can't take it in my mouth anymore. I've been ruined when it comes to spicy stuff. I used to like to challenge myself with extremely spicy stuff, and I had fun with it. I enjoyed like that pain, and you would get to this area of euphoria, if that makes any sense. You would be so much pain that your endorphins would kick in, and you would actually get this weird, like almost like a feeling of being high or something. Like, that's not why I did that though. I'd like to just challenge myself with the spicy stuff. I have all kinds of spicy stuff sitting back here that I would love to be able to try. I keep hanging on to it, thinking maybe one of these days I'll be able to do it again, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do it again. Yeah, I never seen. I might search the internet for wasabi Lay's potato chips now and see if I can't find a bag online to buy. Because if they're seems like people like them. I missed a super chat somewhere. Seems like people like them, and I would be willing to try them for sure. I tried just about anything at least once, and maybe even sometimes twice if I didn't get a good reading on it the first time. You know, uh, I bought some weird stuff today for the cats. I bought these salmon fillets, like they're vacuum sealed, like in a like a clear. You can see the fillet itself, and It's actually a piece of cut off salmon. They look like gourmet food for a cat. I think I paid $1.50 for a piece of salmon that's like that long, and like that wide. The crazy facial expressions of American Sign Language interpreters always makes me chuckle. Very expressive, some might say overly. Yeah. Um, a lot of those sign language experts have gotten themselves in trouble because they didn't actually know how to sign everything. And there was this one, I think it was a lady, and this was a couple years back, but I just saw this clip recently. And who was she signing for? Might have been the president or something. But she was she was over there signing away. And it showed her standing there doing it. And you could just tell, like, she had no clue. Literally no clue what she was doing. Like, she wasn't going to get called out for that. That's one of the dumbest things you could do is try to fake sign language, because the people that are watching that trying to read the sign language. There ain't no way they're not going to call you out on it. You know what I mean? Like, super dumb to try to get away with something like that. Fatty tuna belly, fatty tuna belly, sashimi. It's not the tuna's fault. I clicked on the video, them eating raw tuna. Oh, there was this girl named Kate Yup about probably 2 years ago now. She would never get away with this on YouTube now because YouTube has gotten so PC. Now, I didn't agree with what she was doing, but at the same time, what she was doing might be normal in her culture. I don't know. I don't know where she was from. I'm not making any assumptions, but sometimes. But she was eating octopus live. She was eating crab. I think it was crab or lobster, something. She was eating stuff raw and live while it was still alive. And oh man, I can't watch stuff like that. Especially when I think about octopuses. I think octopuses are probably extremely smart, and we just don't understand exactly how smart they are. I know we think they're smart, but to see someone doing something like that, like, oh man, I can't do it. I cannot do it. We need to fill up our storage. The crazy Russian is next coming in this direction. Now that our government is submitting an application to NATO. Where do you live at? MFOS? I don't know how. MFOS. Been craving, wanting to try king crab ever since seeing it on YouTube mukbangs. Oh man, those mukbangs. There was that one larger lady that she was eating a lot of king crab. She was eating a lot of that, man. Like, I remember some of her thumbnails, I can't even hold my hands out. Like, she was having crabs that had a wingspan on them like this. I mean, it was unreal the size of these crabs that she was eating. And she would have these huge tubs of butter. Kate Yup was doing the same thing, man. She was doing the same thing. I don't. I've always thought that crab looks good when someone else is eating it, and then when you try to eat it yourself, if you're not a fish fan, if you don't like fish and seafood in general, you're probably not going to like it. Like, it's kind of one of those things. Like, if you don't like that type of food, you're probably not going to like it. You kind of already know that. I tried lobster and crab one time, and it wasn't for me. Like, it just wasn't for me. That's not some. I know it's an expensive acquired taste. It's like caviar. Who wants to eat fish eggs? I don't know. I don't get it. It's just a rich person thing, as far as I can tell. Had a trash bag full of potato chips one time. My buddy's mom's friend's son worked at a potato chip factory, and they somehow messed up. I tell you what, one time I went uh, dumpster diving. I saw I saw this huge bag, and it was like one of those 50 or 60 gallon trash bags. I don't know, 50 gallon, and it was completely plumb full, and it was just all chips, just different types of potato chips and stuff. And that was an interesting eat. I didn't eat all of them. There was no way that I could eat all of them. And that's been probably 15, 18 years ago. It's been a long time ago. Uh, Bought a can of snow crab meat. I I've never even looked for that type of stuff. I have no desire, I guess, to. I'm not a seafood fan or a fish fan, so I don't go out of my way to look for that. Roasted chicken every few years of the Lays. I think I remember the roasted chicken Lays. The Amish markets. Okay, so we also have a Amish. I know that they carry the marshmallows a lot, and then we have a farmers market in Charleston, West Virginia, up here. Like, that's the only other place that I've ever found bags of those marshmallows. First time I ever found them, I think it was a 2 pound bag. It was huge. Like, the bag was, I don't know, I'd say foot and a half tall and a foot wide and a foot thick, and I think it probably weighed 2 pounds. And I got a bag, and my kids were little. This has been a long time ago. My kids were little kids, and we'd give them those marshmallows just to eat. Uh, Back before I ever even really understood what freeze drying was or anything like that, I had no idea what made those marshmallows so awesome, but I knew they were awesome. Uh, Entire bag of wasabi powder back when I was working in a sushi restaurant. That's the worst. Sushi powder? Huh. See, I'm not real into that, so I wouldn't know. CT agrees with me. Spicy chicken at Wendy's is number one. I think it is, man. Like, I've tried them all multiple times. Like, I've tried to get to the bottom of this for my own personal opinion, what I thought was best, because we don't have a Chick-fil-A around here. Okay, so I'm kind of stuck with I'm kind of stuck with Wendy's, but I'm good with that because Wendy's, in my opinion, is better. It's better than Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A's chicken in general is better. It's better quality. It tastes better. It's the season better. It's all around better. But when it comes to the spicy chicken sandwich, the whole the whole get up, the bun, and everything, like, Wendy's kills it. Wendy's kills it in the spicy chicken. And thank you for that super chat, CT. If you guys haven't went and subbed to his channel yet, you're missing out. You got to get over there. So I must have missed a super chat, like, way, way up there somewhere. I don't know who it was. Let me see if I can scroll up and find it. Getting a lot of scrolling, though. Nope, I'm all the way to the top. Okay, so maybe it was after CT's then. But thank you for that super chat, CT. I really appreciate that, man. I like I like just kind of like talking to you guys. I enjoy that. I would like to do some sort of like sit down podcast where I just get to grill somebody on some questions. Somebody that is worth grilling, like somebody who's got some sort of political power, or somebody who's got a TV show that has valued opinions, or like something like that. I think that would be fun. Let me me see if I can get back down to where I was at. Okay, there we go. Okay. Alright. We'll see you later, Nikita Jade. I don't know that I've seen Nikita Jade's name in the chat before. I think this might be the first time I've noticed it. Maybe it's been in there before. What do I got in my mustache? What was that? When you got a bunch of hair on your face, you get to collect food in a different way. Yeah, I got that nice cut right there on my lip. It's driving me crazy, man. It's still bothering me. I bought a 2-pound jar of cereal marshmallows a month ago or so. $20 from Amazon for God. I'll box of marshmallows, only Lucky Charms. 1 in 10,000 boxes. What? A couple years ago, I won a box of marshmallows, only Lucky Charms. Wow, that's awesome, dude. I remember that. You know what? I don't know that I remember that, but 2 or 3 months ago, I was looking online, looking on Amazon for these marshmallows. Hang on, let me go grab them. I'll be right back. All right. Boom. Look at that. That's a bag of goodness right there. They were $4.99. Believe it or not. There's 13 ounces here. There we go. 13 ounces. But Daniel, man, I can pick these up for you. They had all kinds of these. Now, I'd say once they sell out of these, that'll probably be it. But right now, like, I can go right down the road and pick these up for $5 a bag. Shipping, it would probably be best to ship them in like a 12 by 10 bag and ship like 3 of these. So like 15 plus like 7 shipping. You could get 3 of these for $22. 3 bags like this. We bought 2 bags. I'm going to take 1 bag and I'm going to seal it just the way it is. I'm going to put it inside of a Ziploc. I'm going to Ziploc it, fold it up, and then I'm going to take a couple of these really thick, like Walmart type bags, but they're not Walmart bags. They're actually Dollar General bags, but they're like that, almost like a 16 mil poly. They're really thick. I'm going to take those, and I'm going to wrap it up in a couple of those so that no light gets to it, and I'm going to store one of these bags, because it'll take us a long time to go through one of these bags. But super cool. I can't believe you got that 1 in 10,000 box. That's so awesome. I tried something once and she slapped me for it. Oh wait, oh Lucky. He says I lost on that marshmallow only giveaway. Yeah, 1 in 10,000 winner like that. That's pretty awesome, man. That you got those. When Lucky Charms was selling the bags of marshmallows, so I went and bought. I think I bought 3 boxes of this. I think it's Swiss Miss. Anyways, hot chocolate, and it comes with a pack of hot chocolate, and attached to it is a pack of Lucky Charms. It's Lucky Charms brand, Lucky Charms marshmallows that are separate and packaged separately. And each box had 12 packs in it, I think. So you got 12 packs of marshmallows and 12 packs of hot chocolate. And I think I went and bought 3 of these boxes. The boxes are kind of big. They're in there in my pantry right now. But I bought it just so I could have the marshmallows to open up a pack of those marshmallows and throw in a bowl of cereal if I wanted. And I'd done that. Like, I think I've eaten 3 or 4 packs like that. I just haven't really been on a cereal kick. I've been staying away from dairy in general, just because I think it messes with my stomach. Hey, what's up, Aletha? Oh, you live in Finland. Wasn't Finland. It was Swiss. I heard day before yesterday. I think it was day before yesterday. Supposedly that the Russians flew a nuke over top of Switzerland. Something to do with like trying to basically testing the Swiss to see if they would respond for them going through their airspace or something. I don't know. I guess they've been doing it to them for years. That William Barr guy is the guy I saw talking about it. Bill Barr, William Barr. I think he was something to do with security or something like that. I've had octopus before. I didn't like it. Yeah, 100% not a fan of octopus. I wonder how many. I'll bet you this would have been about the same size as the Lucky Charms. Maybe not. The Lucky Charms box might have been 2 of these, or maybe 1.5 of these. I'd say it was a lot. Yeah, I know. I feel the same way. I don't think it's. I think I said this before when I brought up the whole political aspect of what's going on with Russia and everything. Like, I don't want to be passing judgment on a bunch of people that I don't know, and I don't know what's. But the thing is too, like I don't know what's really going on between Russia and between the Ukraine. Like I don't think we as Americans really know the truth. It's hard to believe anything that you see. Even if you see it with your own 2 eyes, you still have to question it. Like, is that doctored? Is that some sort of, have they manipulated that in some way to make us feel a certain way? Like I don't know how to feel about the whole thing. And then, so a few weeks ago, I provided you guys with a link to this guy's YouTube channel, but he did this video where he showed a really great interview with the guy that collected the laptop. I can't remember that fellow's name, but he collected the laptop, and he also did a part where he showed these interviews and press conferences that were happening over in the Ukraine that were showing all kinds of like really hard evidence against Joe Biden and his son. And like that video included a few other things evidence wise, I would say, in my opinion, against Ukraine that would have been like, I guess you would consider them like alt-right type stuff. I really am not familiar with the alt-right stuff. That stuff is way out in right field, left field, whatever you want to call it. I guess it'd be right field. From anything that I've ever known, ever been around, I've never known people like that. I've never known anything like that, and I've kind of really just recently began to understand what that really includes. But some of the stuff that they were showing from the past, I think since 2014 up, I think that's when they did that they had that last war, and Obama called it an incursion or something like that, and that's what Joe Biden called it whenever they crossed the border, and it's an incursion or something like that. But anyway, that there's a militarized group over there that kind of basically took over leading the military in Ukraine, and some of the stuff that they stand for, that they've done, like it's pretty extreme, a lot of the stuff. And some of the stuff that I've seen coming out video wise is, it's all brutal, right? Like war in general is going to be brutal. Like it's just But some things and some people are capable of atrocities, of things that normal people, whether it's war or not, wouldn't be capable of doing to other human beings or what, or animals, whatever. It wouldn't matter. It's cruel, no matter what. And yeah, I've been seeing stuff like that coming out of Ukraine from the Ukraine doing stuff. But I don't know, man. If you saw someone like kill your family or something, like, I don't know, you don't know what you'd do, really. I don't know. But I've seen some crazy stuff, and I would have to say that I am not educated enough and not informed enough to make any type of call, as far as even opinion, having my own opinion of it. I really don't even have an opinion of it because I don't know. I just don't know enough. Replace my picture of my hound as my angelfish named Marcelo. Wait, I replaced my picture of my hound as my angelfish named Marcelo. Oh, cool. I see that now. I remember. Do you have an actual a basset hound? Because it's only about that big on my screen. So, I mean, I can kind of tell what it is. I can see the fish. I can definitely see the fish, LC. Uh, Investory, I would, I'm sure there's a lot of that going on. I think there's a little bit going on the other side too. But again, like, it's not my place. It's not my place to make a call on that. If I lived there and dealt with it on a daily basis and knew more about, like, what was going on day to day, I would make a call, like what I thought was going on, or what I thought was right or wrong, or I don't know, man. Like, it's hard not, especially the way everything's been portrayed to us here in the United States. It's pretty hard to not be rooting for Ukraine, right? Like, the way everything is played out, the way they've showed us everything, like, it makes you look bad if you aren't rooting for them, you know? And there's some people like me that are like, I don't feel like I'm informed enough to make any type of call, really. I can't say one way or the other what I think is good, bad, or ugly about the whole ordeal. Obviously, some things are just awful. It doesn't matter what side it is and why they did what it was. It's awful no matter what the reasoning for it was. You know what I mean? But then again, like, there are some instances where extreme measures would need to be taken. I don't know how to word that to make it sound. It's never okay, right? Or is it? I don't know. I guess you would have to literally be in the situation yourself and make that call, for your own conscience, whether you could deal with it or not. Anyway, anybody got any before you leave, Trucker? I got a question. Do you ever see anything cool in the sky? Because you're driving all the time. You got to get a good view of the sky a lot. Like, do you ever see anything crazy in the sky? Because I've seen some pretty convincing stuff just myself. I agree. Yeah, I don't think that ever is the answer either. I think that war ends up making uh, the wrong people come out ahead. Does that make sense? All the people that really care and matter are the ones that suffer, and the ones that really shouldn't be getting any type of profit or anything good out of it are the ones that are getting the good stuff out of it. Last night in Fargo, about 10 p.m., about 100 six-seater planes buzzing around. Really? Dude, that's crazy, man. 100 planes, that's a lot of air traffic, dude. That is a ton of air traffic. If that's even what they were. So I've actually told, but I don't care to say this openly right now. I don't care. You guys take it for what you will. Um, I'm pretty sure I told you guys about one of my more close friends passing away a few months ago. And ever since then, I have felt it. Now, I wouldn't say ever since like that day or anything, but it was not long after that. It was probably within a few weeks where I started noticing some kind of weird stuff. And but I really didn't give it any. I didn't give it any thought. I didn't put two and two together. Like, oh, that's probably him, or I didn't think anything like that until what day was it? I think it might have been before last week's live stream, or it might have been right after. It might have been the day after. But I had something happen that there's absolutely no way it could have happened naturally. Like it's no way. I went back, I tested it. That like it was something else had to happen there. Some outside force had to act upon this to make what I seen happen. So I can't explain what I'm dealing with right now, and I think that it might be my buddy just kind of hanging around. And if you can do that, then that has to be what it is. It has to be him. I don't know. I haven't seen him. Like I haven't like looked over and been like, oh shit. Like I haven't had that happen yet. I'm not going to say that it couldn't happen, but something weird has been going on with me, with around me, I guess, or attached to me, or something. And I've dealt with quite a few deaths of people that I was very close with recently. I had 4 deaths in a row, literally day after day after day after day, and he was the final one. And that was on I think a Friday, and it started on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday. Or no, it was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It was on a Saturday, I believe. He did it on a Friday, because I was at the funeral on the Saturday. Yep, that's how it went. I don't know. I've got the little funeral pamphlet things, but anyway, I thought I'd share that because it does make me sound a little bit crazy, and I understand that at the same time. But I'm living it. I've seen these things happen. I've had things happen around me, and I've also saw things that up until recently, like I didn't have these type of incidents really. I've had a few incidents in this house that were definitely something. But this house has a past. This house has a past that a lot of people's houses don't have. So I mean, there was a suicide in my house with a 12 gauge. So I don't know how common that is really. My neighbor, right across the street, you guys, a lot of you guys have been around ever since he done that. My neighbor, he was an older fella, worked at Walmart, but I was close to him. Like I watched after his place, he watched after my place if I wasn't home, and so there's another place right across the street. So I don't know how common this is. People pass away in houses and stuff like that happens, but these were a little more violent, I guess you could say, and intentional. Sadly, I think it's all in the mind. You're not crazy. You're a good human. It's all is how our mind works. Well, this definitely wasn't in my mind. So this was an outside action that I saw happen that I don't see how it could have happened any other way other than an outside force acting upon it. I'll tell you real quick. I'll just break it down for you real quick. So my outlets, just like everybody else's, is two plug-ins. Well, I have an extension cord plugged in, so and it's got a three-way plug-in, two on one side and one on the other here. So one plug-in here, two over here, and I use this one side with the single over. I plug my vacuum cleaner in my bedroom. So I'm getting ready to run the vacuum. I stretch the cord out all the way, and then I curl it back, and it curls back. I get to the plug in to the extension cord, and I had my prongs on my plug in squeezed together a little bit so that they'll be tight, right? So you have to kind of wiggle it because, like I said, I pinched them together myself, and it's not a lot, but it's enough to where it keeps it super tight when you plug it into any type of outlet. So I plug it into the extension cord. It's flush. I plug it all the way in because I had to wiggle it in there, and I felt it, hit the bottom. I turn around, walk over to the vacuum, and I'm standing there. Vacuum's in front of me, like this. The cord is over here, so it's in my peripheral. I can see the cord, but I'm not looking at it, obviously. But I saw the cord come out of the outlet and drop down. You tell me, how does that happen? So I thought, that's weird. Like, how could that happen? I walk back over there, I plug it in there, and I yank on it. It ain't going nowhere. Like, it ain't going nowhere. And I know because I literally just plugged it in. Just plugged it in, turned my back, walked over here, and it came out, fell on the floor. And I was like, that's weird. So I tried to recreate it by partially plugging it in and pulling it out, or just like wiggling it so it would fall on its own, but it wouldn't come around. Like, when it came out of the plug-in, it came around like this and then dropped. Like, it didn't just come out and drop down like this. It came out like this and turned because it was laying parallel, like the way I walked it out and made the U and come back around. Like, it was laying straight instead of how it should have came out of the plug-in. If it would have came out naturally, it would have just fell down. But, which you would think it would, but I guess it's possible that the shape of the cord, where you wrap it around the thing to wrap it up, and it's got a shape to it, which every time I unwrap it, I take my finger and I undo every single one, which I know is not good for the wire, but I do it anyway so the cord lays straight. So everywhere that there's a bend, I take my fingers as I'm unrolling it and I flatten it, and I flatten every single one of them. I'm OCD a little bit, maybe a lot. I'm not real sure, probably a lot. Anyways, I flatten every single one of the curves, but you can still see them. Like, you can still see them in the cord. To get them to go away completely, you'd have to like lay out in the sun, stretch it out, tighten it out. But anyways, I saw that happen. I can't explain it. I went back, I tested it because I couldn't understand what just happened in front of me, and I was like, that was really weird, man. And it almost seems like he's wanting me to know that he's there, if that makes any sense. If that's what's going on. That may not be what's going on. I don't know. It could be nothing. It could be nothing. It could have been a natural, maybe I didn't have it plugged in all the way, but like I said, the way I bend the prongs together, like, you pretty much have to plug it in all the way, or if not, it's just, it's not even, like, you won't, once you get it started, it's going to slide in, because you got to kind of force it in there anyways. But anyways, I'm rambling on now. It was a whole situation that was a little bit shocking, and I couldn't explain it in the moment, and it just, but I've had other things happening before then, and also since then, that have indicated to me that something is different here. Something's different around me. Like I said, it could be nothing. It could just be in my head. It could just be in my head. It could just be something I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it. Um, Here's something I'll say though before I take off. If you take into account all the videos that are out there now, there's no way that all of them are fake. Like, not everybody that has a video understands how to fake something like that and edit it. There's no way. So, taking that into account, let's just say 98% of them, let's say 99% of them are faked. That still leaves 1% that's real or unexplained or whatever, however you want to word that. There's still a percentage that, like, it really happened. You know what I mean? And I don't even think 99% of them are fake. I think a lot of people don't have the technical abilities and the technical know-how to know how to edit something like that or to know how to fake something like that. Most people are probably like me, would never have any idea how to do something like that. That's me. I would never know how to edit something like that. I was doing well enough on Movie Maker just to get my videos edited together, and I was doing the most simple of edits. Like, I would never understand how to do something like that. Try to find a place that makes ice cream tempura. Ice cream tempura. Well, I don't understand. I don't know what that is. It's like, oh, like fried ice cream. Um, the Mexican restaurant down the road that my son worked at makes fried ice cream. I don't know if that counts. Definitely not expecting, but I really want sashimi. And I want to finish it off with some ice cream. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a typical pregnant meal. uh, it's good. I agree. Fried ice cream is. I'm not exactly sure about the tempura that you're speaking of, but if it's like a batter that goes on the outside of the ice cream, they do something like that. My son worked there for quite a while, a couple years. I'd say it was a couple years. I'm not exactly sure how long it was, but if I was to take a rough guess, I'd say a couple years. All right, guys, I have filled your ears with getting things off of my chest and personal opinions, and I want to hear your guys' as well. That's why I stay on the chat. I know I lost a lot of people when I started talking about crazy stuff. Um, and I think this is actually longer than it usually is. I don't know, because my clock went way off. Um, Thank you, Investory. Thank you guys for hanging out to the end. All 17 of you folks. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up or down if you care to help out. That'd be awesome. There's a really great list of folks to subscribe to down in my description list. I want to say huge thanks to my patrons. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys for everything that you do. I've still never used that money for anything, but I think I'm just going to use that money to give back at some point somehow and do something cool in the community, giving back to people. Or we might just go out and like start helping some like homeless veterans or something, like hooking them up with some food, maybe rations. I don't know. It's probably not good for them, but better than nothing, right? Um, so Easter's coming up. Don't forget to go to annandallen.com, guys. You guys can go over there and show up with a gooey butter cake at your Easter dinner, and just everybody be happy. And I said I would guarantee anybody who got one, and I'm serious. I wasn't joking. If you get it and you don't like it, hit me up. I will pay for it. Hand to God. But all right, guys. Another Saturday night wrapped up. I really appreciate you guys hanging out, like I said. And I guess all I got left to do now is say thank you guys for watching. And I'll see y'all on the next live stream. I'm going to go finish this meal. Because it was awesome.